Recognize your eyes without a face. I spend so much time in life to keep the dream alive. Now there's such a sad. It makes me hurt at you, loving what you do. Your eyes without a face. Eyes without a face. Eyes without a face. Unless you can raise your eyes without a face. Here. Say your prayers. Say your prayers. Say your prayers. Alrighty. Good morning, folks. Good morning, David. I actually just got back from the gym, so I actually thought I was going to be late here. Like, I just finished eating and freshening up here. So I haven't had any time to look over anything yet, so all of this is totally new to me. Right away, I'm going to remove everything moving yesterday because everything ended up flat. Yeah, so the failure rate's just really high, right? Everything rolled over, basically. Okay, TLYS. We had news, probably earnings. Yeah, earnings yesterday. SLAI. This one's definitely worth keeping on watch. Turb. This was an oil stock from before. I want to check on BATL. If Turb's running, how is BATL doing? I mean, to be fair, right? On the daily, this is holding at this elevated level, so even that is impressive. CDXS. Do I have the music? Okay, cool. Yes, this one also popped up and sold off. Also looks like earnings. Don't really care. BNRG. This is one that popped up a few days ago. I like this for a short. It's under $1 currently. Is this available? If it's available, I'll put it on watch. Okay, can only be liquidated. I'm not even gonna watch it then. Okay, XNet. This one's a more recent pop. I guess I can throw it on because there's not much better. Getting some volume. Another oil stock. So we might be seeing a resurgence in oil potentially. I'll put TPET. All right, TLYS. Another one from the previous day. Okay, that's the one I looked at earlier. Gotcha. All right, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it's just there's not a lot going on again. Snail market confirmed, I think. Good morning, folks. Yeah, so this one's giving back most of the move. Okay, this was shortable. Okay. Elcott looks like it's popping. Okay, looks like we have some instances where it trends up. Why is it popping? Reports Q3, I suppose? No, Q4. Okay, so this is an earnings report. Not a lot of volume coming into this on this pop. Shortable, easy to borrow too. Stock has been trending down for several years. But I needed to go more. This is a significant gap up too. Looking at the daily, right? This went to 420. 420 on the daily is actually quite high of a gap. You come into a lot of resistance here around 4 that could turn into support. Yeah, you immediately broke back below it. You went to like we'll just say 350s. You've got some areas of support there. So this might range between 350 and 4. Still not a lot of volume for this big of price action. I'll go ahead and put my orders out, I think. Yeah, I like where my orders are. If this wants to move up, I will prep for it. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't even hurt to put the orders out. There's really just nothing else really even worth considering at the moment. Okay. Good morning, sir. All long bias traders are certainly okay with sidelines preserving capital. No, I am. Yeah, it's certainly worth slowing down in this market. I mean, yesterday was horrific. I got rid of my watch list from yesterday, but it was horrible yesterday. Like everything that I put on the watch list yesterday was basically down. It wasn't great. And that's kind of what we saw even from 7 a.m., right? We saw a lot of stocks were popping up. They were selling off either immediately or just making like a 10% move, 20% move, and that's it. No real opportunity. Yeah, good morning, Larry. I do have shorts out for this. It's got a lot of work to do for it to be in play for me, though. Yeah, I'm looking for way up here at around 450, 460 for a starter. So it's got a lot of work to do. Not impossible, but it's got work to do. You'll have to apologize me, or I will have to apologize if I need to go away a couple times here, because like I said, I did just get back from the gym not too long ago. I was a little bit behind today. So my apologies if I need to go away for a few minutes occasionally. Good morning, Proton. What kind of proton junkie are you? What are these protons? Good morning, no thanks. You guys ready to watch paint dry today? I mean, at the very least yesterday, even though everything kind of failed, at least we got several stocks that were like popping, right? Like they would come up on the scanners. We actually had a lot. We had like 8 or 9 stocks that went into, like they were getting picked up by the scanners. So it's not that we had a lack of stocks that were moving. It's that there was no conviction. There was no follow through. There was no FOMO, no buying pressure, nothing. And they were just rolling over, right? And that's just kind of where we are right now. Maybe if we get a defense sector stock. Now, I know, where is it? Turb is up 20%, right? I know it's pulling back now, but this could signal that defense sector, oil sector plays might work today. So that's something I'm keeping in mind. L-cut is kind of curling here. We got some volume coming in. Maybe there'll be life yet for this stock. Galaxy Hunter. Let's see. Do I not like TLYS? I have it. I don't know if I put it up here. No, was this the one was that the one I looked at? No, this one, like, it's this one that just moved yesterday. Weird question. Do you have breakfast before trading? I do. I do. Actually, that's part of the reason why I was almost late. So I got home from the gym like 13 minutes before 7. So I had to quickly kind of change, wash off, eat breakfast, and get set up for the new stream. So hopefully I didn't miss something. But yes, I think it's worth eating before you start messing around with trading. That way you kind of have some sort of carbs in you to give you energy so you stay awake, stay focused. I missed SLAI this morning, about 10 minutes. Yeah, flip-flop, I would have shorted this. This met my criteria to short. This would have been a short, and it would have been actually full-sized, full winner. So I would have been adding, and my stop from adding into this would have been 160. We actually came super close, but didn't actually break 160. So this would have been a full-size trade, and it would have been likely a full-size winner. So unfortunately, because this was at 6:30, I missed it, right? By the time I showed up, price was already here. It's too late. So yeah, but this would have been one I shorted. It met my criteria. Yeah. I missed it by about 20 minutes. Okay, I still have my positions up here for this. Go ahead and show that I have them. I'll be right back. Morning, Sunny. Okay. Yeah, I was trying out a new regiment today, and I drank... How much is this? Yeah, I drank about 1,700 milliliters of water. So we'll just say I overhydrated slightly. So I may need to occasionally pop out here just to go to the bathroom. Yeah, so we had volume come in on this pop, but it was also heavy on the pullback. Honestly, I don't really have super high conviction in this. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I got my orders. If it makes its move, great. In this market in particular, though, I'll be honest, I feel not very optimistic about my chances of getting in on this one. Thank you guys for the likes, by the way. I know I didn't ask for them, but it always helps me out, so I do appreciate that. Not even gonna ask for likes today. Like, it's so cold. Like, I feel like I'm not giving enough to be asking for them, but I do appreciate those of you that did give them. Crickets, yeah, it's just how it is today. That's how it's been, honestly. Yeah, notably, so I am currently following about maybe 6 other YouTubers, just kind of seeing how they're doing, and it's very stark to me that the only person making money is Ross out of those 6, and even Ross, if you've been following him, he's been making money, of course. He always makes money, but he hasn't been super consistent. He's had a lot more red days. He had a lot of red days in February. He's had a lot more very small green days, and he's had significant amounts of no trade days. So yeah, considering a lot of people are really struggling to, like, if you're buying into anything that pops, it feels like it's failing more than it's not. And yeah, anyone who's trying to buy momentum is basically just getting destroyed, it feels like. When Ross has red days, the market's cold. Yeah, pretty much. Now, I use Ross as like a barometer of sorts. Like, if Ross is making 50K, 100K a day, it's a hot market. If he's having like very small green days, more red days, more no trades, only occasionally getting like a 50K day, market's cold. And that seems to be the case for Ross right now. Bunman rocks. Well, we're getting some good volume here. Honestly, this is good to see. Seeing a big candle of volume on a green candle breaking through here. Ideally, I would like to see this prior resistance to hold. If we stay above this, that's very good. If it fails, this could be a bull trap, right? People see that this level is broke, they buy here, it gets rugged. So I really would want to see this level hold to have more conviction in a move back up to high of day. Did I watch his new one from from yesterday, Bear Market? No, but I saw it. I saw the thumbnail. Yeah, so he talked about the bear market, right? I'm assuming. Good morning, Sol. Sol Invictus Dominion. Such an epic name. Is it Dominion or Dominion? Yeah, so like I said, I'm really watching to see if this level's gonna hold. We did come back and we did test it, and it's at least surface level looking like it's holding. But we will see. We've had 3 topping tails, so there does seem to be some downward pressure here, actually. Anytime it's popping up, it's getting pushed back. Also, the highest volume was on this candle here after the breakout. This actually gives me some bearish reads. I was more bullish from this first candle, and I think I am still slightly bullish, but I'm seeing lots of red flags too. The biggest green flag, though, at the moment is that this level is still holding. Right? If this fails on high volume, that I think I would probably pivot to bearish. Another wick candle. So we've got 3 wick candles. Is this the flush? $50,000. What's the reason most momentum traders stop trading before the bell? I think kind of the evolution has been that the best price inefficiency used to be back in the day that news would come out pre-market, people would digest it, and then they would act on it during market open. But then as time went on, people started becoming more efficient. They started actually pricing in the move during pre-market to the point where during market hours, there was less price discovery to be made. I think that's kind of the thesis. Right? Because you figure a lot of these times, these stocks are making big moves before the market before it even opens. Halts? I don't know if it's halts. I think that's wrong. I mean, halts are a risk, certainly. Like in a lot of ways, it's less risky to trade pre-market because you don't have halts. But I don't think that's the reason. All right, it's not about necessarily the architecture of the market. It's more so there's more price inefficiency during pre-market, so that's why people started to gravitate to pre-market. And so the volume overall here seems to have become more elevated. I don't know, like I said, I really wanted this level to hold. It looks like it's getting challenged. It's not getting hard rejected. So it's showing maybe some indecision. We're also seeing a lot of topping tail wicks here. I'm seeing a lot of indecision in this area. Like I don't really have a clean read anymore. It looked strong initially with this first green candle on highest volume of the move. But since then, we've seen, first of all, it hasn't followed through despite high volume. We've seen several topping tail wicks. It did push down on higher volume, but it did reclaim. Like, it's gone from very strong move to indecision, bearish signal, indecision on the bearish. So like there doesn't seem to be very high confidence right now in this move. That's kind of my read. That push down was on low volume. Who are the people I'm following other than Ross? So there's Benjamin. There is Vadim, although he's kind of just gone away. There is Relentless Trader. There is Candyman. What else is there? I can't remember his name. I gotta like look. I forget his name. There's Day Trader Mo. There is DJ Momentum Mastery. The Struggling Day Trader. So yeah, there's quite a few that I'm following. This is kind of picking up a bit more traction. Higher volume on this candle. I don't know. Losing confidence fast. Sean Decamar. No, I think you told me that name too. I have it written down, but I haven't looked them up yet. He mostly trades shorts. Yeah, you told me him yesterday. I just haven't looked him up yet. My apologies. I know it's not an excuse, but yeah, I was doing my taxes yesterday. It took me about 5 hours to do them, just to go through all the trades and stuff. That was fun. But yeah, I didn't get around to that. I didn't get around to restructuring my layout either, because I want to move some things around so that I can jump between both brokers more efficiently, so I don't have to keep just like hiding the screen every time to avoid showing like confidential stuff. Yeah, I gotta try and do that today. It's raining out, so I can't even do anything outside today. So maybe today's the day. Polo's popping. So we have this weird like curl and then fade. Had one instance where it went from 50 to 73. Hola, I don't see news. Yeah, I don't see news either. United States. Okay. Able to short it. All right, I'm gonna set up for it. Maybe it just rolls over immediately. Wouldn't surprise me in this market. Now that I'm fully set up and ready, it's going to roll over completely and do nothing. PAPL's popping. It's kind of a cheap stock, though. How's the shorting strategy going? So, we started with 1 share basis. I'm currently 6 out of 6 trades, so every trade has been a winner that has been executed. There was... What happened with that one? There was one I wanted to get into but couldn't, and that one would have turned into a very small loser. I would have lost like $1 on that. But yeah, I was starting with 1 share. I increased it after the first 5 winning trades. I increased it to 8 share basis. I can actually show you it right here. So these are the orders I currently have out. It is a 1-2-1 system. So 8 shares, 16 shares, 8 shares, so 32 total. And that does get increased or decreased based off of the price of the stock or the volatility. But I'm at 8x size right now. It sounds like a lot, but since it was only 1 share basis, it's not that bad. But we're currently sitting up a little under $10 profit. All right, I'm looking for 15, 20, 25 trades to have confidence to size up further. This strategy has been back tested. It's more an issue of getting front testing data. Yeah. Nice pop, but I mean, it's on such low volume. Yeah, this stock's acting kind of weird. It was acting weird here. You had this sell-off. The stock's acting very weird. I think it's gonna do something. It's gonna pop or drop. Looks great. No, it's going great. Like that's the accuracy is supposed to be around 85 to 90%. It's supposed to be super high accuracy. Roughly one reward for 2 units of risk, right? So you're risking $2 to make $1, but the accuracy is 85 to 90%. And that's kind of like the worst case, right? So max loss, if it would happen, currently max loss here is $20. The max that I stand to gain is roughly $10 per trade. But that's like max case. A lot of times, I would say the vast majority of times, you're not going to see me make max profit or max loss. I will usually cut at some point based on time restrictions, based off of indicators. There's a couple things. Unfortunately, this new strategy is selective, and we're just in a horrible market right now where the biggest movers are popping up like 20% and then just dying. So there's like there's nothing for me to really go for. Right? Like with Pola, this thing popped up and just rolled over. It's only up. It's not even up 10%. And shorting into a 10% move is basically suicide. Right? If it ends up running 100%, you just get eviscerated. So you can't do that. So unfortunately, the best thing I can do is just sit on the sideline. You have to be very strict, yeah, with the max loss and a shorting strategy. Yes, certainly. All right, well, we're getting a curl here, but I mean, the volume's not that high on this pop. I'm a little bit skeptical. Still no news on this move either. So this is literally running for no reason. The stock running for no reason in a cold market, I am, to put it lightly, skeptical. I mean, if it's gonna curl, fair enough, right? I mean, where's my order at? I still got my orders out for this. I haven't canceled them. Yeah, 270s is where I'm looking to first enter. So it's got... I mean, it looks like a lot, but I mean, it's only up like 10%. So it actually... My entry does make sense that why it needs to run so much. Yeah, so this... I mean, it's got so much it needs to do for me to even get in. And that's just for a starter. Man, I got to go again here. So sorry to have to keep leaving, but it is what it is. What did I miss? Nothing? Okay, great. Wonder if we could like make a game or something out of this boredom. It could be something worth thinking about. But I suppose that also risks this becoming a little bit too casual. Because, I mean, I'm trying to take this seriously at the same time. People don't even know how to answer. They're like, how do I even vote on this? Okay, this is kind of curling, though. I don't like that this second half of the move is on lighter volume than the first half. This does read to me as a pump and dump. Well, let me end this. So I want to make a prediction. Let me see what you guys think. I'm gonna claim that it's going to drop back below. That's pretty aggressive, and honestly, literally this next candle is kind of invalidating my theme, but I already put it out, so I'm just gonna put it out there. If I literally said this like just 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago, honestly, if I would have said that here, I would have had more conviction in it. But this candle here has kind of made me immediately want to say maybe or no. Yeah, big volume up here. All right. We're actually getting something. Holy crap. Momentum, guys. Look, momentum. I can see it. Time for one more coffee. Yep. Interesting is that this thing has kind of been grinding higher. Like we had one instance a few days ago where this pumped and dropped. I mean, we could still see it repeat. It looked like it was going to repeat, but then it didn't. And I'm confused why during this period. I mean, it still could be a pump and dump. I'm looking at it as the volume, right? You had volume here. Volume was pretty high, even on this pullback. But then from basically here on, the volume was quite low. Probably maybe here. Here on. Yeah, this gap feels like it's a low volume gap that shouldn't exist. And now this is people distributing here. I mean, maybe this 50,000 pump was just to get it up here. Retail's buying in, and now they're going to dump it. But on the flip side, this volume is higher than the first pump. So maybe my read was just wrong. And I mean, if I was wrong, then I will admit I was wrong. It looked bearish back here. Okay, good volume. Looks like 244 has a bit of a wall. I'm seeing some bigger orders there. Okay, got taken out. Okay, nice. Very nice. Broke through 250. You're unable to short Pola on Thinkorswim. Let me check and see if I'm able to still short it on Weeble. I have the positions out already. I am able to short it on Weeble, so in this instance, Weeble worked, Thinkorswim did not. Worth mentioning too, Elcut died. So this one did end up going to the depth. I like this movement on Pola. We're getting close to my entry, honestly. We went about 10 cents away from the peak area. It took a starter at 243. Good luck, sir. I'm looking for a bit more. Maybe with the fact there's no news, there's a little bit more justification for getting in early. I already got my orders out. I'm just going to leave them. Maybe I'm being too precautious. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it. What's interesting too is that this is easy to borrow, right? So this isn't like a short squeeze. There's no news on it either. It's very interesting why it's moving up. Well, level 2's gotten a little bit thicker. Not terribly so, but it has gotten thicker. Nine minutes till the top of the hour. That could deflect away from this. Right, people anticipating potentially the top of the hour, so they pull out for a moment, or maybe they go short, anticipating people afraid to jump in here. Gotta love that the best stock that's holding up is a stock with no news. Good morning, Tristan. What a slow morning so far. Are you really surprised? Let's be honest here. Okay, so they know that flip-flop went short at 243, so they're intentionally pivoting the price around 243 just to make him feel extra paranoid about his position. It's hard to borrow on Cobra if you care. Okay. No, I mean, I appreciate it. That's good to know. Yeah, I mean, it's not even shortable on Thinkorswim. So it's definitely interesting how some of these stocks can have different locate availability. Locates are cheap, though. Yeah, and maybe that's something I'm, like, not really connecting well. So I said that it's easy to borrow. Okay, there's none now. So it was easy to borrow this whole time. Like, it was only 8% or something. So I was kind of conflating with easy to borrow with low borrow rate. And maybe that's just not the case. Like, I don't know exactly how that's calculated. I would assume, like, in my head, it would be, okay, if there's no shares available, it should be harder to borrow. Right? But I guess there must be different criteria that goes into that. Okay. Pop down, immediately reclaimed. I'm giving it till the 30-minute mark. If this doesn't completely capitulate before 30 minutes, then I'm just going to say I was wrong about my claim. You're layered all the way to 4. I am layered to... What is this? This is Pola. I'm layered to about 320. Layered order of short all the way to 4. Yeah, I'm layered to 320. So I'm not looking for quite as big of a move. Yeah, I'm really wanting it to run like an extra 15% or so before I want to take a starter. If it's going to roll over here, so be it. But I feel like there's just so much risk that this thing just runs and just stops you out or forces you to take a bigger loss. 4 minutes till the top of the hour, too. Interesting how most people at the time when they voted seemed to agree with me. Like, most people thought this was going back below 2. And it still could. The poll's only 12 minutes old. But just seeing it do this big of a move, I genuinely did not even think it would go this much and then hold here. Right. My thesis, even if this does go back to 2, my main thesis that this was a fake pop is mostly invalidated regardless. Because I have to pay upfront for locates, it helps to take starters. Yeah. Because all these small pops roll over, at least they pay for locates I paid for. Yeah, but then you're just kind of break even, you know? SPRC popping up. This is a recent reverse split, I believe. Very horrible stock in general. I'm very familiar with this one. Yeah. Let's see if I'm even able to short it, because this one's going to be hard to find shares for. All right, I'm able to find them. I'll go ahead and get orders out. Publication of international patent. Okay, I don't care about that. All right. Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to size down on this because this one is a lower float, could run harder. Or just immediately rug. Or just immediately rugs and I don't ever get a chance. I got my orders for SPRC out somehow. This is a super low float, so I'm surprised I was even able to do that, but fair enough. Do I have a maximum I pay for locates? Like per share, I mean. So, for me, it's no. Webull and Thinkorswim are notoriously very, very low rates. Like, it's not even it's non-issue right now. Basically, for every position I've taken so far, it has always defaulted to 1 penny for the entire order. So there's no real drawdown to it right now. Flip-flop would probably be more specific to ask, because when you're using other brokers, they're going to charge higher rates. Like, the rates are ridiculously low for Thinkorswim or Webull. So I actually don't even care. Like, it's been a non-issue for me. I haven't even had to factor it in for calculations. Just take 1 penny off each trade. Okay, Pole is curling back up. It's looking more like I might actually get in this. And I'm all for it. All right, good volume too. I want to cancel my L cut order. This one's just not moving. It totally died. Okay, I'll keep my SPRC orders and the Pola orders. Yeah, ton of volume on this. We're actually super close to my entry. Let's see if we get any explosive follow through here. What was the high? High was 69. That was really close to a fill there. Continuing to see very high volume. Yeah, my thesis is totally invalidated though now, back from here. We're kind of stair-stepping up too, it looks like. You're in SPRC at 490. Very nice pop on SPRC. I might even get filled on SPRC as well. Wow. Yeah, we're getting close to my entry. All right. Good volume. Almost 150,000. What did this peak at? 43. Good morning, Jules. AEMD also popping up here. This is another one that's also just downtrending. Also kind of crying on SPRC because I was 3 cents from an entry. Yeah. Well, I mean, it could still curl, but it's frustrating. Let's see my orders here. My first order for SPRC was at 546, and it went up to 543. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Pola continuing higher, though. Possibly. Yeah, Pola's still very close to my entry. Yeah, no fail. No, very close. 3 cents off. Considering how quickly SPRC is moving, 3 cents off of a fill is basically timing the top. If it does want to curl back up to that level, I'm honestly going to probably cancel the order. Yeah, I think I actually should. It's showing strength. If it's going to recover that, I need to get out of the way of that. Interest on Pola. Yeah, Pola's just making these kind of like stair steps. All right, so I removed the first order for SPRC. If it's going to curl back up, I don't want to be in the way for that explosion. Pola, I'm sitting about 10 cents away from a fill on Pola. So Pola's very close as well. AEMD. It's kind of a nothing burger. Am I able to short this? Nope. Okay, I can't touch this one, so this one's kind of whatever. Interesting how the volume on this one came in here, right? All of this was super low volume, and the volume really started coming through here. So since SPRC went within pennies and stopped, if this one goes within pennies and then stops as well, I'm going to be a little bit triggered. AEMD has 3-star news. Paula has none. Yeah, it goes up. Yeah. All right, we had a pop here. The high was actually at my entry. Are you kidding me? Please go 1 penny higher. Just 1 penny higher. If you roll over here, don't do it. Don't do it. My order, just to clarify, my order is at 273. It literally touched my order and didn't fill me. I mean, the odds it goes 1 penny higher are high, so I'm not ruling it out yet. Give me 1 more penny. Your order to add for Pola is at 280. Okay. I mean, it's looking close. Super close. All right. Well, we're finally short. SPRC looking like it's continuing down. Still very frustrating that I was 3 pennies off from getting in here, but is what it is. I'll keep my other 2 SPRC orders up for now. How many shares, by the way, on Pola? 8 shares. So just the standard size. Yes, sir. We'll see. Let's see. It's certainly interesting that this is doing this much movement on no news. Very bizarre. But hey, if it wants to keep moving, fair enough. Honestly, I'll take it. Hope Ross's group is going to pump Pola. Come on, let's go. Pola has become a lot more thick. Like, it was fairly thin back here, but it's significantly thicker now. Yeah, we've got a bit of a flat top here. I mean, if this makes another leg, it could do a big pop up to like 280, 290. Realistically. Yeah. Choppy action. Nothing that's super clean recently. Yeah, there really hasn't been that many clean movers, honestly. I I mean, it's nice to see this pullback, but honestly, this volume is not super heavy, so I'm not super sold on it. All right, you're still well within this channel. Have I got filled? Yes. Actually, this is a good time for me to adjust this. So let me go in and do this now. So I'm going to change my positions window. Make it easier for you guys. If I can. Do it like, yeah, do it like that. Can I not get these two any closer without just truncating? Sucks. Oh, no, I can. I can do that. Okay. All right, and I think, yeah, like, I'm not going to really have a lot of open positions with this strategy, so even just having one or two is fine. Does that look visibly appealing? You can see it appropriately? For oil stocks just went up. A lot of contention around here. Good job. Hey, we're not done yet, Larry. This could very well just keep moving, right? I mean, I got a pretty nice top tick, but this is in a strong uptrend. It hasn't been really validated with strong downward selling pressure yet. So this could certainly still go against me. Yeah, like I'm still not really up that much. I'm up like 8 cents. This is not a winning trade by any stretch. Do I have to stay in it or can I cut and run right now? No, I need to stay in it. I mean, technically I can't cut it, but my strategy requires I at least stay in 15 minutes minimum. Orbs. Whoa, okay. Orbs popping as well. Yeah, this one, just a complete sell-off. Is it like this multi-year? Yeah. So this had like a historic squeeze. Either that or it's just a reverse split. And it just kind of rolled over. See, news. It does have news. Secures 125 million. Institutional commitments. I mean, this is kind of mediocre. Like, you'd have to know the details to really know if it's good or not. I am not able to short it, so not even gonna really think about it here. Nothing to think about. It's a little bit on the cheaper side anyway, so I'm not really that upset about it. You last shorted orbs at $2 in December. Pola, seeing a pullback, but I'll be honest, this volume isn't that high. I'm not really sold on this being the top yet. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but to me, this feels like this could just be basing. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, right? ATPC, or ATPC. ATPC also popping. Honestly, this felt like a cold day, but we have actually heated up significantly. Right, we're starting to just see things firing and making these bigger, huge pumps. No news on this move either. Strangely. Okay, so I'm going to avoid this one because I was going to short this one before and it actually would have been a loser. So this one has shown it can make powerful moves and I don't really want to fight that a second time. All right, Pola. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense Pola would sell off now. We're seeing a bunch of stocks start to move. It makes sense people would be starting to shift away from this. Orb and ATPC getting obliterated. Are they? I wouldn't call this obliterated at all. I don't know what you're referring to. This one... I don't know, this one's weird because like it just popped up and immediately popped back, but it already did move up. Orb is very heavy and tight on the tape, no edge for me. You just covered SPRC at 421 from 490, so that's a 69-cent win. Nice. Pola. Actually, very interesting how the volume's accelerating on this breakdown. Let's see, profits. Okay. Yeah, we're super far from profit for me. I can go ahead and throw my order out in the event it just does a crazy pull, but not very likely. All right, so I'm canceling my SPRC orders. It's gone down too much. Good morning, Skivon. All right, I got my cover order out for Pola. It's still got a little work to do to get there, but it's there if this does want to keep just bleeding hard. Orbs and ATPC might be enough to distract. Do I have a stop loss for Polo? I have a mental stop. I mean, you can't have like a physical stop loss in pre-market, but yeah, I have a mental stop. I actually have it. I have a calculator that tells me where I need to cover at. So it's. I tried to make sure the stop loss was very non-subjective, right? There's no ambiguity about where I need to cover, because that's kind of how you can get into trouble. So I went short here, 808. So I'm at the point where I can cover if I want to now. Enough time is allotted to where I'm in the time frame where I'm allowed to cover. I'm going to let it sit, though, because we had this pressure go on with higher volume. But you should gamate the trade now? Gamate? I don't know what you're asking. Orbs is disgusting, exactly the opposite of a highly inefficient ticker with great follow-through. Trades so tight, my goodness. No, I mean, you look at the daily, it's like, it's just, this thing's just falling off a cliff, and then it just does well. Yeah. Guarantee. Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying. And the reason is that I'm using a American broker and I'm using a margin account. And because I don't have 25,000, I'm subject to PDT rule in the account, meaning that if I'm covering, that counts as a day trade. Now, in this instance, buy once or short and then cover twice should be one day trade, but just in general, to avoid any conflicts where there may be an instance where I accidentally would engage 2 day trades. Like, for example, if I would short and then I would add to the position in a second order, and then I would cover, that would be 2 day trades. So I'm trying to be cost efficient with my day trades, and to do that, I am intentionally making it so I only cover 1 point. Covered Pola for a 7-cent win. I'm actually thinking about just covering as well. Like, this has gone basically straight to my target. It's really close. And I'm kind of worried about a bounce, but I'm gonna stick with my Claude discussion that we had the other day. I'm just gonna watch it. Claude and I talked extensively about me covering early, and Claude was very, very rude to me. So nice trade on Pola, by the way. Love it. Great short system. Well, I mean, I haven't covered yet. This could bounce. I mean, you guarantee that the trade is a 100% winner now. No, do you understand what I'm saying though, Maverick? Like, the big issue I have with this system is I only have 3 trades I can do in 5 days. That's the restriction I have. So I really need to be setting it up so that I'm not taking multiple trades per trade, right? This trade, if I had entered a second short, this could have become 2 day trades, which is really hammering into a very scarce resource that I have. ATPC still doing quite well. Orbs is kind of struggling. Just curious. So I made a conscious decision not to short this one. If I would have, let me see what would have happened. I would actually not even be short yet. I would be waiting for 634 to go short on ATPC if I was to short it. Polo's actually reaching the end of the time I'm allowed to hold it. I've got like another 5 minutes till I'm required to close it out. So my discretion was to hold it a bit longer. It looks like I'm getting punished for it because I could have covered at 35. Right now it's at like 38, 39. I mean, we'll see. If this actually goes lower, then I actually got rewarded then for being patient because like I could have just covered here. So really we're just seeing like the odds I make money on this are pretty high because I only have a few minutes left. Like this isn't going back to 270 in 4 minutes. But really the question is, was my gut to cover here correct? Or was the system saying hold a bit longer correct? Because Claude and I, we were talking extensively, and Claude's argument, I mean, it's a strong argument. It says, the backtesting says, when the conditions don't signal to exit, you hold the full allotment of the time. And I had a couple trades where I was following my gut to cover because it's just like, you feel like this should bounce. So you wanna cover. But then it ends up going lower. And it's happened twice now. So this is an instance where my gut is screaming to cover here. Just take the profit. But I'm trying to resist that urge and follow the system to its natural conclusion. I traded ATPC a few days ago. I think I made 40 cents on it, but it really held up. So yeah, I don't want to try it again. It would have been a loser for me. ATPC, if I would have traded it, it would have been like a 7-cent loser. So not a lot, but so that's 7 cents per share. So that's like what, 56 cents or something. So it would have been like a 56-cent loser. But that was with me covering, because if I would have held, just to show it, right? So you guys can see what a loser was prevented looks like. I would have ended up shorting into this area here, and I would have ended up covering around here because the time allotment would have expired, and it would have saved me because this would have actually turned into a max loss had I not covered here. It didn't matter because I didn't take the trade, but that's why covering over a time allotment's important, right? Because if it's not hitting your profit target within 30 minutes, and I'm expecting a certain percentage of pullback within 30 minutes, that signals that it's showing more strength than ideal. That's why NX is moving. Does have news at the half hour. Reports accumulated orders surpassing 1 million. This doesn't meet my criteria to short it. So I'm probably not going to mess with that too much. Went red on ATPC, no follow through. Down 0.1 R. I mean, that's not a lot. Like that's easily recoverable. Does suck though. A bit of a head and shoulders here, but this volume's lighter on this second half. I would have liked to see this be heavier. It's really just ranging here now. You have to admit, Captain, it's pretty sweet to have all these wins, though. Nothing but net. No, it's been nice. I just wish I could trade more, you know? Like, it gets so boring sometimes just not having an ideal opportunity or setup come up. Okay, I'm trying to cut the trade now. The time allotment has passed. Hasn't hit profit target. I'm just looking to get out. HIMX, but I'm not touching. Multi-day uptrend. Yeah, I haven't really messed with HIMX myself. Yeah. Easy money. Yeah. I'm literally sitting here at 238, and I'm like, are you gonna just like move 1 penny down? I'm like, I'm being stubborn. I just don't want to give it that extra penny. And that's gonna cost me like 10 cents. Just watch. Okay, all right, covered now. And now it's gonna go down and break down immediately, right? But my time allotment expired. It called for me exiting the trade. So what could I have gotten? If I would have followed intuition, maybe I got out at 35. I mean, realistically, it's only a 3-cent difference. It really wouldn't have mattered that much. We're talking about a 24-cent difference. That would have pushed it into $3 territory, but it's not really that significant. I can't remember the last time I took a losing short. However, that might sound like shorting is easy. I'm very selective. Still, who are we kidding? It's pretty easy. I mean, no, I mean, I genuinely think I'm strict with my criteria, right? If I'm not even taking a trade every day, I would like to say that I'm being strict, right? And there are a lot of stocks I turned down. Yeah, Flip-Flop's trying so hard to convert everyone. It's working. No, I mean, no, and look, take it from me, okay? Whenever I first approached shorting, like as a serious like model, and when I was doing my back tests, I was finding a lot of strategies don't work. A lot of strategies will lose you money or have no edge. So while this strategy's done, I mean, quite frankly, I'm 7 out of 7 trades. Like this is way better expectation, or this is way better than my expectations going with forward testing. But my back testing showed a lot of shorting strategies don't work. Right? So I want to make that really clear. Like it's not easy. And there is a lot of risk involved. So look, put it this way. There's a reason I started with 1 share. And even after 5 valid trades that were all winners, there's a reason I'm not sizing up aggressively. That's because my faith is growing in the system, but there's not enough physical cushion, like dollar-wise. There's not enough forward evidence for it. I know in hindsight it looks amazing, right? Because looking at my filled orders, right, here's my filled orders. 273 was my short. Look at where the price peaked at. like it's insane. Like how precise you need to be. Like I basically captured the most I could have possibly captured. So this is basically a best case scenario. The only other thing would have been if I was like aggressively adding into here maybe, but as far as risk to reward, this was almost no risk. I was green basically the whole trade and almost maximum reward. Now, granted, I didn't hit profit target, right? My profit target was down here in the low 220s. So I was close to hitting profit target, but it just didn't quite get there. But yeah, it's a learning process for me. Yeah, ATC PC is still grinding. Where would I have entered? 634. So I would actually be short. If I engage with this and I preset everything, I would actually be short right now at 634. So we can kind of paper trade this one and see how I would have done on it. I chose not to engage with it because it showed too much promise from a few days ago. ATPC is now absorbing all the volume. It's what everyone is trading now at this point. Yeah. They have about $200 million at the money pending. Yeah, that sounds about right. HIMX still running pretty hard as well. I'll be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom again. Let's see, it was $2 2 days ago. Will come down hard, I imagine. Things can stay extended longer than you would imagine. I'll go ahead and throw out a line just so we can see where I would have been short. So I said 634, right? Okay. Okay, gold line is my short. That's where I would have been short if I engaged with this stock. I mean, in hindsight, it looks like a great entry. But I just genuinely didn't trust this stock enough. I may just be too used to the cold market. Yeah, and that's the thing. We're so conditioned now that these stocks roll over that when they don't roll over, it kind of like sweeps us off of our feet. I will actually start shorting HIMX if it makes another high. Well, you went from I'm not touching it to, well, if it moves a little more, I'll touch it. Well, let me know if you do short it. Yeah, now I'm kind of kicking myself for not shorting this one, but it was a judgment call. I respect it. And in a lot of ways, it's better to be I think it's better to be more cautious than not, right? If you're wrong, if you're too cautious, you just miss out on the trade, right? But if you're right, and it would have kept going, well, then that red flag saved you. I guess it's just a risk tolerance thing, I think. Interesting how this has just been grinding steadily higher. RBNE popping up here. So this one has a history of making some bigger pops. Like, they don't hold, but it does have a history of making some of these bigger moves. It's also been sold off quite a lot recently. More so than normal. I mean, maybe some kind of dilution, but like, this doesn't pattern match with the previous action. Let me check here, 185. So the news is raised 13.9 million at an average share price. Okay, so this was dilution. The dilution's done. They announced the results. It's popping because it's done. Right. Mm. $2.8 million. It's probably higher than that now. So the float should be actually a bit higher. Considering stocks have been running this morning, should be more conservative. Yeah, this one has too much potential, I think. Given the circumstances, I think I need to avoid this one. Yesterday, for example, I got a perfect entry on ACXP at open and then cut it about $2 early. SMH. $2 early, that's significant. Did not expect it to hold up. Yeah, I mean, that's the risk, right? When there's like a baseline that we're expecting, and then a stock doesn't do the baseline, we get surprised, right? We get the surprise Pikachu face. But, I mean, not all stocks have to act as baseline. Yeah, this has been this was looking like a cold day, but this is heated up significantly. Yeah, have you seen the meme, the surprise Pikachu face? Just here for the exponential gains. They are getting exponential, right? Remember, when I first was trading, I was making like, I don't know, like 50 cents on a trade, maybe $1 on a trade. The last one I took on Monday, I had like a $4 something winner. This one was like almost a $3. So they're exponentially growing. They're exponentially growing slowly. Yeah, my ATPC short is looking brilliant. This paper short. The thing that's always difficult too is like, how would you assess this? Because if you look at it as just a surface level, you'd say, well, you were too paranoid. You should have shorted. I mean, obviously, right? Like, you shorted basically the top. You would be well into profit right now. Like, this was a great short. You should have taken it. And Like, it's hard to argue against that. On a single trade basis, it's very hard to say, was this paranoia or was this intelligence, right? I recognize that the last time that this stock moved, this was one that was very dangerous and would have resulted in a small loser. In this case, it worked. So would that be paranoia or would that be intelligence? And I genuinely don't know the answer. And that's part of, I mean, it's a subjective answer, right? So, like, I can't inherently know which one it is. It's both paranoid, it's paranoid intelligence. Wasn't much of a new high, but maybe she'll give a strong squeeze here. Maybe. It's kind of just grinding higher. Like this is just a grind. And it's a very steep grind too. Pola did eventually break down, it looks like. Yeah, but like I covered, where did I cover? I covered like here. I mean, it even curled up another time before finally. Yeah, this is way too long of a hold period. There's too much risk that this ends up stabilizing and recovering. I think my Pola trade was done excellently. I missed out on like 3 cents because I didn't follow my gut, but I practiced discipline, which I think is an equally valuable trait. Okay, there's a little bit of a pop, bit of volume too. It's just grinding higher though. Very impressive. What's interesting, despite this feeling like a very performative day, is take a look at the gap scanner and take a look at like the watch list of the stocks that I have here. I'll show the gap scanner just to show it. But yeah, like TLYS, this one wasn't actually that relevant because this one popped yesterday. But all of these other stocks, like, they're only up 30%. Realistically, these moves are actually not that eventful. So while today actually felt more engaging, like it was only like a bump up from what normally happens. This really, percentage-wise, this really wasn't a hot day. I would say this was a warm day. It feels like a hot day because, I mean, we're just so used to cold, I guess. You're in HIMX. Sorry, I missed your call out there. You were in at 1232. Attention feels spread out between so many tickers right now, and that's fair too, right? Which is a hotter day? One stock that moves 50% or 6 stocks that move 30%? Right? I mean, that's actually a really strong argument, Skivon. I like that argument. Even though nothing really made a massive move, yeah, the amount of decent moves was very high today. Pola would have eventually hit my target too. It went down to 121. It would have actually hit target if I would have held and broke my rules. All right, we're at the top of the hour here. I'll see if any other stocks come into play that interest me. If I don't see anything in the next 5 minutes, I'm probably going to call it here, end it for the day. So I guess we'll stay tuned, see if anything comes up. This stock's kind of weird too. Looking at the daily chart, right? You just have these very, very violent moves up and down, and this is very common for this stock. Yeah, it's like it's just very, very extreme whiplash moves. And they're not just like one-day events either, right? This is the weekly, right? A lot of these moves on the daily, this is multi-day moves to make these violent swings. Right? So even this most recent one, right? You started at 720 and you've just been making these big swings, right? And now you're gapping way up here at like $13 or whatever. So this one feels like an exceptionally big swing. Very strange. Yeah, huge shares outstanding too. 174 million. Not really seeing anything else pop up in the scanners yet. Give it another minute here. If you're new to the channel, by the way, and you like the content, I do stream every day, so maybe consider subscribing if you want to see me stream more. I stream every day, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. EST. I have been a lot more, I feel like I've been more consistent lately. I haven't really missed a day for a while. I guess I should shout out the Discord too. In the description of this stream, there should be a Discord link. I have a Discord server. It is free, of course. I have some of my spreadsheets like this one. I can't even really show it well. I just show the whole thing maybe. I won't even bother with that. But yeah, I have all my spreadsheets and stuff too. They're available for free if you want to download them and use them. But yeah, we're coming up on 5 minutes here, so I'm probably going to wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed the stream, I'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Seems like we might be getting a bit of a warm-up. Hopefully this continues into tomorrow. I would really love to see some actual momentum going forward. But yeah, you guys have a good